appreciate it. So thank you very much for welcoming me this morning. Unfortunately, I couldn't come to Warsaw because my wife got pregnant, and then so I had to cancel my flight yesterday. I'd like to talk to you about the brand a bit. I don't know. I don't see you, so I don't know how many people you are over there, but. Breva is the name of the wind that blows on Como Lake. Ah, fantastic. So I see you all. Thank you. Breva is the name of the brand that, is the brand of the wind that blows on Como Lake. And coming from that idea, I wanted to create scientific instruments. So the idea was to do something which is very different from all the other brands or mostly related to timekeeping. And the idea came on the Como Lake when I've seen this tremendous area with a very different atmosphere, and you need to know that this is because of the wind, la Breva, that the microclimate that exists on the Como Lake. So this idea comes with the weather forecast at first, and then I started to work on the first genuine, which is the first watch in the world that's giving the weather forecast related also to altitude. So what I propose you, I will go through a quick PowerPoint, and then I will show you the watch, and I hope you could see something. Let's call it on live. So. We're trying to do kind of a real video. Okay, so I think you must see Breva Genève in black. Is it right? Okay. Oh. So basically, we started in 2010 doing research and development, and at first we started to outsource all the production and research and development. Then in 2014, we've started to in-source all research and development and production, because basically we found out that the response from suppliers in Switzerland wasn't strong enough to work with us, because we were asking things that they were not used to work with. And then in the future, the phase 3 would be to completely integrate the heavy tooling, which is not the case at the moment, because every single parts are made in different factories in Switzerland, and then all the assembly is made in Geneva in our manufacturer. I would like just to come back also about the complication you have and all the different families you find in the watchmaking industry. So basically, you have the strikings that you know from different brands. You have also the astronomical indications. You can find also the chronographs. Then all the complication by concept, like for example, the tourbillons. And you have everyday life complications. Plus, I would say a bit more rare family, which is the scientific instruments, which you can recognize a dev gauge here. So we decided to stick on this specific family, which is the scientific instruments to wear, which are not always related to timekeeping. To give an idea from where we go and from where we come and where we go in the future, I just want to give you a few ideas of what we've started with. So for example, to assist navigation, you know the compass does exist, and it can be mechanical. The weather forecast, you have a barometer. To measure diving, we can use the depth gauge for the depth, and about monitoring your flight, you have altimeters, or it could be also for the mountains and etc. So I would like to show you what is different, for example, from our first model we've developed, which is the Genuine, which is giving the weather forecast. And you may know that the weather forecast is giving by a difference of 2 pressure. But you also know that when you move, meaning when you go in altitude, the air pressure is changing also. So basically, if you use a simple barometer, you can use it hooked on the wall in your house or in your boat, because the sea level doesn't change much. But if you keep it with you or in the car, basically your barometer is going to be completely lost. So we developed a specific system to merge an altimeter and a barometer all together, so they could at the same time compensate the difference of air pressure you can find in altitude. So I'd like to show you inside the watch. So this is just the mechanical settings. Sorry, the altimeter settings for the settings mechanical for the altimeter. So by pressing on the pusher, you can readjust the dial of the altimeter, which goes from 0 to 5,000 meters. Then you have same setting for the barometer, which is done by the crown at 2 o'clock. So you can wind it both ways, and then place the dial under the right setting depending on the journey. And of course, both ends are moving also. So if we go a bit in depth, this is what is, let's say, a classical timekeeping mechanism. Then on top of it, you can see here it's okay for you? Then you can see here the aneroid capsule with all a gearing system, which is transmitting the indication to the altimeter here and then to the barometer here. Plus here having a pressurized chamber, allowing to measure the air pressure when you are. So basically, the watch is sealed on demand. So this is the mechanism I just shown you before about settings and barometer and the altimeter, and this is the power reserve indicator you may be familiar with. So this comes to build this specific watch. Well, I'm going to show you in live right after that. So this is a Genie 1 coming in from left to right in white gold, rose gold, and platinum with a blue sapphire dial. And then I've been working on this technology. We have developed another complication, which is a dual altimeter. So you see on your left, this altimeter is going from 17,000, from 0 to 17,000 feet, and you have a sub dial which does 1 turn for 3,000 feet. And on your right, you have the same version, which is going from 0 to 5,000 meters. The accuracy of the watch is plus or minus 5 meters, so basically almost a bit more than a floor. Then this year, we just have launched something which is tremendous and related also to our brand, because it gives you an indication with it's giving you an indication which is led from the wind. So this one is a speed meter giving you your speed in motion from 0 to 200 kilometers per hour. And then just recently we've launched the cousin of it, of the first one, which is a wind meter, anemometer, giving you the wind speed from 5 to 65 knots, which is roughly 118 kilometers per hour, which is the maximum speed calculated, I would say, when it's still safe, even though it's a bit dangerous at this stage. And then we have two other watches I will show you also in real. On your left, you have the speed meter miles, the black titanium is going from 0 to 125 miles, and the red gold version from 0 to 200 kilometers per hour. Having a brand which is really related to the emotion and also to your environment, we like to organize events and putting our product in motion. So this is a very famous race in Switzerland, which is called Patrouille des Glaciers. It's organized each 2 years it's a biannual race. It's going from Zermatt to Verbier, and as you can see maybe on the picture, the people are running from Zermatt to Verbier in 11 hours in the snow with the skis and etc. It's quite intense. and it's a picture of one of the racers wearing the Genie 02 altimeter, just to make sure it's working well, which is the case. This is it was last winter. We also um, sponsorize a polo tournament, and we have a polo team because basically I play polo and I like to test the watches with I would say intense sports, and this is more to invite our clients and friends to share nice moments. Are we online with you? Halo? Halo?
Szanowni Państwo, przepraszam bardzo, zróbmy przerwę po prostu na kawę, dlatego że tak to będzie bez sensu, jak będziemy się tu borykać z problemem technicznym. Okay, you can start. We are back with power.
We are back. We are back. So the presentation just has stopped. It was almost the end of it. So I'd like to show you. We'll see how it works through Skype. The watches, and then after that, if you have some questions, I'll be more than happy to answer to it. So first of all, I'd like to show you the Genie 01 in rose gold. I don't know if it's clear for you. So you can see here the hours and minute with a smoked sapphire dial, and then you have here the barometer. Here the power reserve for 65 hours. On top you have the altimeters going from 0 to 5,000 meters. And maybe I could show you, I don't know if you're gonna see, but the back of the movement, it's made of 405 components, all 100% made in Switzerland and assembled in our factory. And then I can show you the white gold. I don't know, yeah. So you see, it's the dial is really made of different layers, and it's really in depth. And then I am wearing the platinum edition, which is limited to 12 pieces, and the other one of limited to 55 pieces. So here is the Genie 02. It's made in titanium grade 5. It's roughly the same case, unless it's a bit more sporty with its rubber strap. The movement is almost the same, unless 50% of it is different. I mean, the timekeeping part is the same, but all the rest of it is pretty different. And here you have to open here the crown to let the air going out or in the case. And here, when you unscrew the crown at 2, you can reset the dial depending of the air pressure. And here is its cousin. This is the black version in titanium grade 5 also in DLC. So it's roughly the same, unless a few components are different, because you know the relation between feet and meters is not exact. So we had to change a few wheels and teeth to make it well. And then I'm gonna present you the Genie 03. Always we keep the same case. So here it's to wind and set the time. You have the hours and minute and second, always at the same place. You have a power reserve of 72 hours with a direct reading on the mainspring, and you have the balance wheel at the top, this time which we've put on the face. And on the back, you may see the micro rotor here. So it's always, of course, in-house movement. And so here, when you unscrew the security at this crown at 2, when you press, it pops up, and then you may see the propellers inside. And so as soon as you move, it's going to give you your speed in motion up to 200 kilometers per hour. And then you can press back and it stays, and then you can unscrew again, screw again, sorry. So this is the wind version with the blue sapphire dial, going up to 65 knots. And then we have here the black version in titanium also, and the red gold version going up to 200 kilometers per hour. So I hope you could have seen them. It's not very easy to show from here, and maybe you have some questions. I'll be really happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. I hope so you hear me, because I'm using microphone and it's better than using microphone in the computer.
Okay.
Could you tell us a little bit more about watch with the weather station, as you show us you showed me in the Geneva?
Yes, the weather station, you mean?
The watch, you told me about it more when we met in Geneva last time.
Yeah. So, I mean, you mean about this one, the Genie one, the weather station?
Yes.
So basically, you know, there's many challenges because so this is the platinum edition I'm wearing. This watch is a bit special because, you know, for a bit more than a century now, people try to do sealed watches, meaning waterproof watches. So this watch is waterproof on demand, because you can go in the water unless the alligator won't really like it. But the thing is, if you want to pressure something which is outside, and having kind of a sensor calculating what is around you, you need to let things going in or out of the instrument to calculate it. So basically here, the crown at 4, you have the security, you turn 1/4, then you press, and it becomes red here, and so it equalizes the pressure outside and inside the case. But when I press, there is a Teflon membrane that allows only hydrogen and oxygen going in or out of the case. So having this, we are 100% sure to be pour-proof and moisture-proof. And then I think I've explained you with the presentation before. On the side here, you have a sub-dial. So when I press, I can reset the dial of the altimeter depending on the weather changing, and here I can reset also the dial of the barometer. And then on top of it, you have a 65 hours power reserve. It's a hand winding movement, and you can see the balance wheel at the back.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a moment, it's one question more.
I don't know if you hear in Polish or in English. I will speak in English.
Okay.
It was very nice to see what you suggested as a systematic for complications, and your complications, the special complications are concerned only with something what is not concerned with watches, yes? But it's fantastic. And my question is it true that this white measurement is the first time used in watches, with watches, or not?
The weather, you mean?
No, the wind.
Wind. The wind. Sorry.
Wind.
Okay, sorry. Excuse me, I didn't hear well.
Okay.
Yeah, we believe it's the first time. It's.
I have never heard it. I have never heard about it. About such a complication in watches.
Exactly. We believe all the complications we do are the first one. It's true that in the 60s, in the 50s, 60s, some people did some altimeter weather forecast watch, but they were not working really well. I mean, actually, they were not reliable. So either because it was, I mean, as I explained before, you cannot, in a simple mechanism, you cannot measuring altimeter or weather forecast with the same mechanisms. We succeeded to do it, and until we launched it 2 years ago, it never happened before. Before, people were doing either barometer, simple, which wasn't working well when you were moving, because if you were moving in altitude, it was not working well. And the same for the altimeters. In the 60s, some people made some altimeters, but the thing, you could not set in them depending on the weather forecast. So at the end, it was it's like if you have a watch that is working, but you don't know what time is it. It's not really, I would say, interesting to. I mean, it's not really an information that is really useful.
Okay, but if you would like to have weather report and wind measurements, you have two watches with you.
You mean if you want to have
both
an altimeter plus the weather forecast plus the wind meter, you can buy the 3 watches, and you will have. And next you will need to buy other watches to have all the different indications, like a dashboard in a car. You could have many tools.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing time with us. We wish you all the best with your child.
I hope I could come next year, because now we have 2 kids and we don't plan to have more, so I won't have any more excuse next year.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Jednak pomimo trudności się udało, także można powiedzieć, że przetarliśmy w klubie ścieżki do tego, żeby prezentacje mogły się odbywać również, nie tylko, ale również przez Skype'a. A kto wie, może pomimo tego, że świat pędzi tak do przodu, zegarki mechaniczne zostają takie same, ale może się okazać, że za jakiś czas będziemy wirtualnie organizować spotkanie klubowe, gdzie będziemy łączyć tradycję z nowoczesnością, czyli spotkania w wirtualu, a zegarki w realu.
America runs on Bulova time.
Beautiful.
Bulova Accutron too.